There are days when the soul senses something, but the heart still hesitates to name it. Today, the angels are guiding me to you to whisper truths that have always been there, hidden in the sparkle of your eyes. You feel it, don't you? A presence drawing near in the silence. A story that, even before it begins, is already pulsing within you. The angels say, none of this is by chance. The path that brought you here was written by the very hands of heaven. There is a sacred mission vibrating in your spirit, even when your weary feet consider giving up. You have been sent, like a living flame, to ignite something dormant in the heart of another soul. It's not you who is chasing love. It is love that, in secret, has always pursued you. That person who lingers in your thoughts didn't appear by coincidence. You were woven into their life like a thread of light interlaced with shadow. You are the answer to a prayer they didn't even know to make. The angels reveal, your presence is healing where there is a wound, a beacon where there was only darkness. You don't need to prove anything or beg for love. Your existence is already a miracle. Your voice, your pauses, your way of embracing the world. All of this resonates within them in ways that reason could never comprehend. You didn't come to be understood. You came to be felt. At this moment, even without you knowing it, this person already feels your absence like someone who misses a part of their own being. Something has changed, something has broken, something is being rewritten, and you are the spark of this transformation. There is no pain you have endured in vain. Every tear, every sacrifice, every silent rebirth, all of it shaped the invisible strength that now operates through you. The angels say, you are an instrument of God in the life of someone who desperately needs to remember that love still exists. Therefore, don't doubt your mission. Don't think it's small. You carry divine seeds in your gaze. You heal just by existing. And when discouragement comes, when doubt tries to pull you off your path, remember what heaven is whispering to you right now. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5 verse 14. This is your truth. This is your inheritance. Have you ever felt that sometimes, no matter how strong the bond between two souls, something invisible pushes them apart? Like a directionless wind, blowing without us understanding the reason. The angels whisper to me that this wind is not against you. It's within it. The heart you feel beating on the other side carries fears that were born long before it met you. It's not your faults that create distance. It's old wounds, scars that still bleed in silence. The angels say, this person fears love because they learned, in the harshness of life, that to love is to lose. You cannot see what they hide. Absences don't always speak. Sometimes, silence is the scream of someone who no longer knows how to trust. There are memories stored deep within them that teach them to flee before surrendering. There are ghosts that whisper that love hurts, that vulnerability is dangerous. And yet, they remain connected to you. It's not a lack of love, my dear soul. It's an excess of fear. The angels show that behind every sudden distance, behind every unspoken word, there is a soul battling with itself. Wanting to believe that it can be different this time. Wanting to trust in the love that your eyes offer without demands, without chains. But the struggle is tough. Because for someone who has always expected abandonment, any affection feels like a threat. For someone who learned to survive alone, the warmth of another's presence is almost unbearable in its truth. And that's what you awaken, something so real, so immense, that they still don't know how to handle it. The angels ask you not to take this distance as rejection. Not every retreat signifies a lack of feeling. Sometimes, it's fear trying to protect itself from what is most beautiful. And you, gentle and powerful light, are that beauty that can be frightening. Stay true to your essence. Let God's timing do the invisible work that your love has already started. For even amidst resistance, even through the comings and goings, a silent truth grows within. You are the safe harbor she never knew she was searching for. The angels whisper, do not carry the battles that belong to others on your shoulders. Love without losing yourself. Be presence, not a prison. And remember, the most wounded hearts are the ones that need a light that does not force doors, but ignites paths. There is an invisible line, as subtle as it is sacred, between giving and losing oneself. The angels bring me today a silent yet urgent call. Remember yourself, even while you love. You are made of light, of a love that first blossomed within the Creator Himself. And your light should not dim to illuminate anyone's steps, not even that soul who, at this moment, walks around you in confusion. The angels say, your heart is an altar, not a battlefield. It was not designed to be eroded by doubts, nor molded by someone else's fears. Therefore, amidst all this giving, they ask that you embrace yourself, that you choose yourself, that you remember your smile also needs care, that your peace is as precious a treasure as any love you wish to offer. The person touching your soul so intensely today does need your light, yes. But they need to see that light strong, vibrant, whole, not a flickering flame on the brink of exhaustion. True love never demands that you abandon yourself. The angels whisper, love without forgetting yourself. Extend your hand without tearing out your own heart. Today, they show me the image of your soul as a hidden garden, where flowers grow even when no one sees them. And they ask me to remind you, you deserve to blossom first before offering shade and beauty to those who come near. Take care of your faith. Nurture your roots in prayer, in rest, in choices that honor your story. Don't wait for others to see you to know that you are worthy of love. Don't let your light depend on the reflection in their eyes. You already are light. You are already chosen. You are already enough. When you hold yourself in your own hands, when you honor yourself as the divine creation you are, you teach others, even without words, to love you as you deserve. The angels say, those who are unable to recognize the light you carry do so only because they still need to learn how to see. It's not your responsibility to open blind eyes. Your mission is to keep shining. So breathe. Promise yourself now that your truest love will always be the one you dedicate to your own soul. And when you least expect it, everything that has been silently sown will bloom. And those who look at you will see, as the angels already do, the immense beauty of someone who chose to be light, and never fade away. Have you ever felt that, when touching someone's heart, a dark part of them awakened in resistance? The angels show me that your light not only enchants, it reveals. Within every human being lies a hidden world, made of unspoken fears, of ancient pains buried in silence. And when your presence arrives, so full of truth, so full of love, that hidden world is inevitably illuminated. The angels say, you are a mirror for that soul. A mirror that does not judge, that does not accuse. It simply reflects. And there are those who fear what they see reflected. It is not your responsibility to heal what the other has not yet learned to name. Your mission is to be a clear, crystalline mirror, without trying to erase or change the reflection you provoke. Because, no matter how much the initial reaction may be one of resistance, flight, or fear, it's in this mirror that they will begin to see what needs to be transformed. This person who looks at you, now with desire, now with fear, sees in you not only the love they yearn for, but also the parts of themselves that they have long hidden from themselves. The angels whisper, you reveal truths that they still do not feel ready to embrace. Your strength hurts because it reminds them of their fragility. Your dedication frightens them because it exposes the walls they have built around their heart. And deep down, this is the greatest gift you could offer, not a comfortable love that merely soothes, but a true love that heals. Do not diminish yourself to fit into someone else's comfort. Do not dim your light to be less threatening. Anyone who needs to distance themselves to understand their own reflection, let them go. But let them know, true healing happens in front of what we fear to see most. Today, the angels want you to honor this rare gift that you carry. Not everyone can bear to be the mirror. It's easier to be a shadow. It's easier to be forgetfulness. But you were chosen to shine. And even without knowing it, even without asking, you plant holy unease in the hearts of those who encounter you. Unease that will one day transform into a quest. Into change. Into conscious love. Continue being who you are. Continue allowing your presence to be truth, even if it hurts at first. Because what today causes discomfort may tomorrow be recognized as the grace that transformed an entire life. There is a sacred moment when, without the eyes perceiving it, the soul begins to awaken. And it is about this moment that the angels have asked me to speak with you today. You may not see it yet. Perhaps the absence felt greater than the gesture. Maybe the silence screamed louder than the words. But in the invisible, where human eyes cannot reach, something began to change. The angels say, the heart that seemed asleep, that seemed locked behind tall ancient walls, felt the first crack of light. It was a fleeting thought. A memory of you that insisted on staying. A longing he didn't want, but couldn't ignore. It was a little gesture of yours, so natural, so small, that echoed inside him like a soundless prayer. And there, in that crack where there was once only fear, the first breath of your presence entered. Awakening is subtle, my dear soul. It doesn't happen with grand declarations or shouted promises. The soul awakens with sighs, with absences felt in the midst of the crowd, with the emptiness that only your light could fill. The angels whisper, he already feels it, even without knowing how to explain, even while trying to deny it. At this moment, there is a silent battle within this person. Part of him wants to run, to pretend that nothing has changed. Another part, deeper, pleads for more. Pleads not to lose what he has barely begun to understand. It's in that space between fear and desire that the miracle happens. You don't need to do anything other than be who you are. Your love is already working behind the scenes, like the tides that carve the stone with their patient, silent dance. The awakening is inevitable. Once the soul touches the truth, it can never again settle for less. Today, the angels show me a small, timid flame, but alive, growing in the chest of this person. And that flame has your name, your smile, your presence. Even if he struggles, even if he gets confused, even if he fears, the awakening has already begun. And my dear, once the soul awakens, not all the fears of the world can make it sleep again. Allow the sacred time of souls to take its course. Don't rush, don't demand, don't suffer. Just know this, your light has planted life where there was only survival before. And now, slowly, lovingly, something new is rising within it. And also within you. There is a pattern that repeats, like the tides that advance and recede on the sand. Closer. Farther away. Silences that seem to say goodbye, but are, in fact, just pauses in an old song that has not yet finished. The angels show me that this painful dance you feel, this ebb and flow, this uncertainty that tears and intoxicates, is not disdain. Nor is it a lack of love. It is fear, disguised as resistance. Within that soul you feel so deeply, there is a struggle that few can see. A heart torn between two impulses, to surrender to what is true, and to flee to what is safe. The desire to stay collides with the instinct to protect from pain. The angels whisper, he draws close because he feels your light. He pulls away because he fears being burned by it. This person, marked by past losses and disappointments, has learned that loving is risking loss. That surrendering means offering one's bare chest to the risk of pain. And thus, each step toward him also awakens the urge to retreat. It's an almost involuntary cycle. With each approach, hope blossoms. With each withdrawal, fear folds in on itself. And you, sensitive and strong soul, feel all of this pulsing within you as if it were your own. But the angels ask, do not take personally what is merely a reflection of his internal battle. It's not a lack of feeling. It's an abundance of wounds. And despite the appearance of rejection, know that every return, every silent glance, every awkward attempt to reconnect, is a small victory over his own ghosts. You are already a victory for that soul, even when the movement seems like a regression. Trust in the sacred dance of reunions. The angels say that some souls need to part to understand that they belong. They need to get lost a little to appreciate the place where they are truly seen. That's why you shouldn't despair over the departures. Don't fantasize about promises with the arrivals. Allow yourself to observe, like someone watching the moonrise, knowing that its absence was never a real absence, just another way of existing. True surrender is not forced. It matures in the exact time when fear yields to love. And that time, my dear, has already begun to unfold. Let it come, at the speed and in the form that his soul can bear. Without demands. Without haste. Because what is born under the rhythm of the sky doesn't need human urgency to blossom. There are loves that speak in grand gestures, fiery words, empty promises. And there are loves, rare ones, that heal without making a fuss, that restore simply through their presence. The angels show me that the love you brought into this person's life is of that second kind, a love that doesn't require proof, that doesn't ask to be announced, that simply is. You may not see it yet, and perhaps he himself doesn't know how to say it, but your loving energy has been working a quiet, profound transformation, almost invisible to hurried eyes. The angels whisper, your love is a remedy for wounds he didn't even know existed. Every time you chose to stay with an open heart, even in the face of uncertainty, you healed a crack within him. Every gesture of yours in acceptance, every word spoken without expectation, every space you respected, were like bombs poured over old scars. True healing, the angels say, is not loud. It happens in the spaces between the words, in the comfort of a glance, in the peace felt when one is accepted without masks. You didn't come to fix him. It's not your role to fill voids that belong to his soul's process. But unknowingly, you offered something he hadn't known how to receive for a long time, the possibility of being loved without having to fight to deserve it. And that, my dear, is a medicine more powerful than any promise. It is in the silence of your acceptance that he finds strength to gradually trust. It is in the stillness of your presence that he feels that maybe, just maybe, love doesn't have to hurt. The angels show that within him, seeds of faith have begun to sprout. Faith in love, faith in himself, faith that there can be, at least once in life, something that does not destroy. And all of this, dear soul, is because of the light you chose not to extinguish, even when the darkness around seemed to want to suffocate it. Today, the angels ask only that you continue to trust in what your eyes still cannot see. Healing is slow, sacred, and profound. And you are already part of this invisible work that heaven stitches together in silence. Keep being love, not for the response you will receive, but for the truth you carry. Because true healing doesn't depend on the other recognizing it. It happens because you chose to be an instrument of it. And that choice, my dear, is what transforms worlds. There are moments when life seems to fall asleep. Time feels heavy. Answers do not come. Distances stretch like roads whose destinations we do not know. But today, dear soul, the angels bring me a certainty that crosses any desert. You do not walk alone. And nothing you are experiencing right now is empty or forgotten. Everything is a plan, woven by invisible hands. The angels whisper, every step you take, even if uncertain, is on sacred ground. Even if that person hesitates. Even if they lose themselves in their own mazes. Even if the love between you sometimes seems just an unfulfilled promise. Know that there is a greater plan writing every comma of the story. God hasn't forgotten what he planted in your heart. And he doesn't play with the faith he has caused to sprout within you. Perhaps today the sky is cloudy. Perhaps the road is filled with stones. Perhaps your heart is heavy with longing, doubts, and fatigue. But the angels ask, look beyond what your eyes can see. What is being built now is bigger than your hands could lift alone. Bigger than your dreams would dare to imagine. There is a divine alchemy happening in the silence. And that love, even when wounded, even when fleeing, is part of something you still cannot fully comprehend. It is not a delay. It is not a punishment. It is preparation. There are things that need to be purified before they can bloom. There are loves that need to learn to love before they can be lived without destruction. The angels say that you are part of this process. That your patience, your faith, your daily choice to believe even without seeing, are prayers that are being answered in the background. Today they ask me to leave a spiritual seal over this promise. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. This is the map. Not with your human eyes, but in the invisible where heaven guides you without you realizing it. Follow. The road may seem deserted, but the divine has already prepared every step for the reunion to happen, not just between two people, but between two healed souls, ready to live what before would have been impossible. Trust. The angels are ahead of you, by your side, within your very breath. And all that has been promised has already begun. Sometimes, what we desire most is what we fear the most. And it is precisely there, my dear soul, that the angels want to touch today. You feel the hesitation of that person, you sense the discomfort in their gaze, the retreat in their gestures. And perhaps your heart, in silent nights, has wondered, does true love hurt this much? The angels whisper, yes. Because to love is also to die a little to everything that has taught us to survive without love. This soul that haunts you, that touches you at intervals, that leaves unanswered questions in your soul, carries old pains. Fears that taught it to wear heavy armor to avoid bleeding anymore. But now in front of you, that armor is rusting. There are cracks. There's a desire to open the door, even though fear screams to keep it locked. You awaken in them what they most desired and what they most feared, the urgent need to surrender, to trust someone other than themselves, to yield without guarantees. The angels show that in this moment, they are fighting against old ghosts, not against you. They wonder if it's safe to let their guard down, if the love they feel can truly survive the fall of defenses. And this battle is made of hesitation, long silences, timid approaches followed by new retreats. But know this, all that fear, all that vulnerability, is paradoxically a sign that love is real. No one fears what is superficial. No one runs away from what is fleeting. Fear only exists where the heart has already surrendered before the mind can explain. Today the angels ask me to remind you of something sacred. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23 verse 4. You are not walking alone through vulnerability. And neither are they. Both are being guided toward each other, not by the force of possession, but by the grace of trust. Do not try to rush this blossoming. Each petal that opens before its time brings unnecessary pain. Allow them to come when the love overcomes the fear within them. Continue to be a safe space. Continue to be soft light. Because on the day they finally surrender, it will be because they saw in you something that no armor could ever protect. The silent promise that true love is not a threat. It is refuge. There's a moment, as sweet as it is inevitable, when the soul understands. It's not about controlling time, nor about possessing destiny. It's about trusting. Trusting, even when the winds seem contrary. Trusting, even when the promise hasn't yet fulfilled itself before your eyes. The angels show me that you are at this sacred threshold now. After all the paths taken, all the pain endured, all the waiting, comes the moment to open your hands and let love be what it needs to be, free. It's not giving up. It's not indifference. It's surrender. It's the recognition that what is true never gets lost, and that the strength of love is not measured by the ties it creates, but by the peace it allows to blossom. The angels whisper, acceptance is the last door before the miracle. Accept that the other has their own timing. Accept that life has its own mysteries. Accept that you are already whole, even before any answers come. This person you hold in your heart also carries you in their silences. Even if the gestures are fragile, even if the words fail, what has been planted already vibrates, already breathes, already is. And now, luminous soul, the sky invites you to rest in this certainty. Whatever is meant to be yours will find its way, even through the most winding roads, even through storms, even when your tired eyes can no longer see. Acceptance is mature faith. It's the trust that releases anxiety. It's the love that ceases to beg and simply allows itself to be. Today, the angels ask me to seal you with this truth. What is born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that overcomes the world, our faith. 1 John 5 verse 4, your faith is the seed. Love is the soil. Divine timing is the rain that will come. Trust. Be the peace you wish to find in others. Be the light that illuminates the path even when no one can see. Because in due time, and it's coming, that which has been written in the heavens will find your open hands and your ready heart. True love is never late. He just matures. And then, like a bird born to fly, he will soar through the skies that today still seem distant. And you, beautiful soul, will know, every step, every wait, every silent tear, was in fact a path to this moment. The moment when love finally learns to fly.